welcome to another ramble. I don't know how I'm gonna stitch this together, but I was just thinking about our interactions with people in the world. And I've come across a mixed bag, and I'm sure you have too. And I also question like how I interact with people in the world, irregardless of how aware they are or unaware. You know, I noticed that I've been a lot less judgmental. You know, like before, I think when I was younger, I had expectations and I was expecting people to operate on the same level as I was. And then I've noted that that's not possible. That's not possible because everybody is their own unique gift to the world, right? And the ones that I don't know are I guess less self-aware, they're still growing into knowing, you know. And if I were to put myself in their shoes, I've come to realize that at some point in time I was probably where they were at, you know. So you can't really judge them and you can't expect them to change either because everybody is growing at their own rate and level that is particular to them, you know. Anyways, yeah. um I've noted also that I rarely come across people who see me for me, and I don't know if you can relate to this. Like, if you do come across these people, they're like gems, you know. And I've also come across a majority of people who just project their stuff onto me. And I was thinking about it, and I believe that we as INFJs function in such a authentic way that people who also function in such a way, that's when they can see us and meet us where we're at. And this, I want to say this is probably like 1 to 3% of the population. The rest of the people, I feel like they're still working through their own stuff. So when they meet us, we become mirrors. So, you know, like these, we become mirrors, like we hold up mirrors to them and they start seeing things about themselves that they don't like. And it triggers them. But because they're not aware of our role in their lives, they have a tendency to blame. We have been there. You know, when I was younger, I used to blame everyone else. I'm like, this person treated me so bad. Now, they're just showing us parts of ourselves that needed attention. And in the same regard, we do this to the majority of the people that we meet. You know, the ones that can feel your sweet energy are probably more self-aware, honestly. And these are the people you should probably treasure, you know. And I know a lot of them don't stick around, but I find pleasure now in momentary interactions, and I've become okay with that. I've also become okay with the fact that I am a solitary creature by nature. I can get out there and socialize on occasion, but normally I'm like a lone wolf. I think the main ingredient that can truly alter your life, and I've mentioned this in videos before, is just radical acceptance. You know, if there's something about you that triggers you, just kind of like looking at it, inquiring, and then at the end of it, just being radically, radically accepting these things about yourself. You know, because until then, I feel like you create a war. You know, it's like, why can't I be this way? Why can't I be that way? No, you are a unique gift to the world, and you should embrace that. everything, you know? And that is why, like, I don't know, interaction with people is definitely a blessing, even though we have thought of it as a bane, you know? A lot of times, by the way, if you encounter people who project their shit onto you, always, always, always remember that it's not personal, you know? They're just seeing, you're showing them a part of themselves that they don't like, and they're blaming you, you know? But if you're aware of, like, okay, this guy is projecting, this girl is projecting, then you can just sit here unfazed, and these people will have no power over you, you know? They will have no power over your emotions or your thoughts or your self-esteem or your self-worth, you know, because you'll recognize that, okay, this is a you problem. This isn't a me problem. And I'm going to hold space and be very understanding and compassionate and considerate and honor where you're at, you know? Yeah, but the people that you encounter that have done enough self-reflection, self-work, and are aware will see you as you are and will meet you as you are. And I just feel like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, if you were to look at it from an expansive perspective, everything is perfect and balanced and as it is. So I guess the whole gist of this video is to remember to be who you are unapologetically. And if anyone has a problem with you being who you are, that's a them problem. Because at that point, you're the mirror showing them parts of themselves that they don't like. And why do we do that? We do that so we can help them to activate parts of themselves that they've been running from so that they can heal themselves, you know? It's like an invitation for them to level up and to know themselves more, to accept themselves more, so that we can all grow together. Anyways, I don't know if I made sense, but that was on my mind. And I don't know, I feel like I want to say more, but nothing's really coming to mind. Yeah. Have a beautiful day. Remember to be yourself unapologetically. The people who see you, like really see you, they are rare and few and far and in between. But those moments, those interactions are to be treasured. And for the majority of people who project, you're basically just being a mirror so that they have opportunities to recognize parts of themselves that they've been running away from so that they can heal them. That's all. Life is pretty amazing, and I hope you make peace with all the parts of yourselves that you've been at war with, you know, because that's when you become the peace that you want to see in the world, and it just radiates, you know? Oh, before I end this, so in regards to being at peace with yourself, again, radical acceptance of all the parts of yourself that you've been pushing away. Oops, I had to sneeze. Good example. When I was growing up, I was like, how come everybody is mean to me, or how come nobody understands me? now I'm like, oh, they're mean to me because they're projecting their own stuff onto me, and it has nothing to do with me. It's not personal. And yeah, I accept that. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to force them to change. I'm just going to hold space for them. Um, as far as like, how come I don't have friends? How come it's so hard to make friends? It's because not many people understand your operating system. They don't even understand themselves. So, wouldn't it, how? How would they be able to see you and understand you if they're still working on seeing and understanding themselves? What's another issue I had problems with that I've made like peace with? Um, Codependency. And I'm like, I think the codependency has to do with childhood trauma and also fear. A fear of being abandoned, a fear of being alone, a fear of not being able to like do anything on my own. And now I'm like, whoa, I'm doing this. I'm doing this for like a couple months and this is liberating. So it's just like accepting all the dark aspects of yourself and um the like the yin and yang symbol, yin and yang, whatever, dark and light. Instead of like um, demonizing the darkness, just kind of like inviting it in with your light so that you can create that yin yang within yourself, you know? Anyways, this is getting silly. Um, if you understood what I was saying, cool. If you learned anything, cool. And if you didn't, that's cool too. Radical acceptance. Blessings to one and all. Amen.